Holy smokes, I've been so busy washing my hands, preventing the spread of COVID-19, I forgot I got to shoot the next day's lesson. We better get started. All right, your next day's check-in question. Look at this picture, railroad and horseback rider. What is one positive, one negative impact this had on America? Last day's question was to pick the best counterclaim. Given the claim, Industrial Revolution was a positive time in American history. I would have gone with C. Opponents to the idea that the IR was good show the uncovered machines, poor ventilation, and long working hours made life too dangerous to be a good time in history. That's true. A doesn't work because it's not detailed enough. Just people died doesn't give me enough information. And B doesn't work because it actually supports the claim. On to the daily news. In our last class, I taught you tips and tricks on how to write a counterclaim. Remember, a counterclaim is what refutes or challenges your claim. Knowing this helps strengthen your argument. All right. After that, I gave you a pair of examples on show how to refute or challenge your claim and how you might tear that apart. To end the day, hopefully you wrote your counterclaim and identified some evidence that would support that piece of information or that counterclaim. Today, I'm going to show you how to cite some sources, give you a couple quick examples. I'll introduce the 3 versions of the DBQ essay. You should, by the end of the day, know what version you should be doing based on an email. And then don't forget to submit your DBQ packet because it covers 3 standards. Let's move on. Ways to cite sources. I've got a nifty little doc that I've shared with you. It's called Essay Version Descriptions, How to Include Primary Source Documents. You might find this very helpful. But what you need to know is that when you cite sources, you need to cite or give credit to all facts, statistics, and pieces of information that are not common knowledge. Any exact words from sources should be enclosed in quotation marks. Anybody else's ideas or opinions should also be cited. Okay? So, some review. How do you use or introduce a source? It's a great question. If you state a reason that supports your claim, like the Industrial Revolution was bad because of child labor, how did you figure out that there was child labor? What source shows that? And to strengthen your claim, you do that with evidence. So you would describe it using those 15 primary sources plus the media analysis stuff. So let's do 2 examples really quick. Let's say you believe the Industrial Revolution was positive in US history. How might you cite that? You could say that in document 15 by Robert Hessen, he pointed out that child labor actually was good, right? And he said that based on population increases in infant survival. People under the age of 5 in the 1700s died at a 75% rate. In the 1800s, that dropped to 32%. Wow. All right, let's say you think it was negative. Document 1, William Cooper's testimony, so an excerpt from William Cooper's testimony, actually suggested that child labor was bad because kids couldn't read and write. All right? They also were strapped if they fell asleep. So that would be evidence to show it was bad and how you might cite that. There's 13 total ways to cite it here. Feel free to use this as needed. It's in your DBQ doc. Let's move on. I want you to now pause the video and submit your DBQ packet because it covers 3 standards for a grade. Here's how you might do that. You're going to go to DBQ packet here and submit that doc. If you've kept up with your stuff, you're good to go. Just submit it. You get a grade for 3 standards. Moving on. Oopsie. You should check your email right now and find out which version of the intro to the essay you should write. There's 2 video options. One will cover version 3 and the other video will cover version 2 and 1. All right, now that that's done, you're going to want to begin your DBQ essay. Remember, there's 3 parts. There's a claim that should have evidence and citations. There's a counterclaim that has evidence and citations. And then there's the conclusion, which is your rebuttal and synthesis. You can find all of that in your summative DBQ essay doc that I have now published for you. This can be found by going to your DBQ folder, okay, which I'm doing here, and right here, summative DBQ essay. When you pop that open, all 3 versions will be there. Please be sure to do the correct version of this assessment. It is vital. I have a rubric shared in here for you so you know how you'll be graded on 10 different standards. All right, version 3 is at the top. I got it backwards. We scroll down, we'd find version 2, and then we'd find version 1 at the bottom. Please do the correct version.